I could find better partners in age play for this than I could in strictly alternative lifestyle of BDSM. So my focus became more on age play. So that's another way to just like look at DOMs, and they have traits that some of those will transfer over.
Oh yeah, lots. Yeah, I know people that have met their
Spankers
mommies and wives like that.
Yeah.
So let's talk vanillas, right? So how do you turn a vanilla? No one's vanilla.
Okay, first of all,
there is no vanilla.
No, first of all, at one point we were all vanilla.
Correct.
Yeah.
At one point, and then we saw something or found someone, or were introduced to stuff. So we were exposed to it, and then we were less vanilla, and then probably less and less as time went on with the more things we experience and get into.
Yeah, so what are some of those personality traits maybe that we had that turned us into that? So, and I think open-minded. Yeah. Someone flexible.
Yeah, someone,
you know, versus hardcore, oh my God, I need Jesus. That is not for me, you know.
Right. That's
right?
super judgmental.
Yeah.
So maybe avoid people that are super judgmental towards everything else.
Exactly. That aren't willing
kids,
to learn about new things.
Yes. Okay, I like that. So people who like learning.
Yeah.
Open-minded people who like learning. People who are nurturing.
Big time.
Big
you know,
deal.
saying, "Oh, are you okay?" You know, in the friend group, how are you doing? Oh, would you like some of this?
Or may have the belief of, you know, of that corporal ideology. You know, no, you're not going to lie. This is wrong. Murder's wrong. These crimes are wrong. So their moral standing might play into that personality too.
I never thought about that. That's cool.
So how do you do that as a little then? You know, because you two are talking about the big side of like, you know,
well, that's that engaging part.
Correct.
You're gonna
engaging
during that engaging conversation. You're gonna find out if I have these personality qualities.
Yeah, and just from hanging out as well, like through regular dating, you would want someone who's attentive and good listener, who's what was that word? Empathic.
Empath.
Yeah.
Empath.
Who cares about you?
Right. Who cares about others? So they're always, you know, even though I have like one little, I have a lot of friends that are littles too, and they know that, but I'm still empath. So I'm still caring for them. I'm still nice to them. I worry about their, you know, their day to day, and you know, if they're in a bad mood, I want to help pick them up. So yeah, that piece I think is a real.
So I would say self-acceptance of yourself is
that's
big
important.
Because you need to accept yourself before you can bring someone else into your sprinkled lifestyle. And when do you tell them, right? Do you get like all close knit and then 6 months later, huzzah? No.
After you spend all that time and money on them and all that emotional, you know,
and then that can just throw it.
So what do you think? What do you think is a good time period? And then we'll go through all ours.
For me, personally, and you want to call it turning vanillas. I've turned 3.
He has experience.
I have had mommies, daddies, brothers, sisters, all this stuff for like ever in a day. But for vanilla wise, you know, I'm up front with people pretty much right away. I'm like, hey, this is me. Well, what's this song from what is it, Greatest Showman? This is me.
Yeah, that's right.
It pretty much is right away for me. The only person I didn't tell right away, and that was when I was like 16, was a girl I was with for a few years. I would tell her they were my cousin's diapers, and then one day I was just like, "Boop," and that actually turned out well as well. But after that, I would say, hey, we have all this in common. And usually people know about my diapers right away because I'm kind of out and about. But it would be more of just going and saying, hey, this is what I'm into, and if you're interested, cool. If you're not, I don't want to get involved without really disclosing.
Yeah.
Because if you get involved and you get those emotions and you get all that, it can get really rough.
Right, and then they reject you
Yeah.
or whatever.
And that's where the shyness of a lot of ABDLs comes into
Yeah.
play, and that's
They don't
where
want that.
you have to have your self-acceptance. When someone says I'm lucky because I have a mama, a other mama, a Manny, all that jazz, why do I have it? I'm not lucky.
No.
I'm not lucky one bit. I am lucky, by the
Yeah,
way.
I was gonna
Hold up.
Wrong answer.
But because you're you,
It's
and
because I'm me.
then you attract these people.
Like, you're authentic.
I'm authentic. I'm not going to paint a pretty picture for you. It might be a
It's
pretty
not
picture of my
magical.
diaper, but
Yeah, it's not magical.
It's not
You're
pretty
paying
in
it
his
off.
diaper. Right? It's not pretty in your diaper.
No.
But they all accept it.
Yeah, like I've had multiple friends. I've had multiple best friends. I've had people who literally were like, I just want to change you for the experience. Like, and I don't like say, hey, can you go change
But
my
they're
diaper?
asking you.
They're asking me because I was authentic with them. I was myself. I'm like, this is me. Cool? Not cool? It's fine.
And that might not happen tomorrow when you're authentic. But eventually, I definitely believe that will happen. To people.
Yeah.
Once you get used to acting who you are and accepting who you are.
Mhm.
And it is because you project that confidence, even though you're little,
Confidence is
that you have that
huge.
confidence of
Yeah.
what you are and who you are. And that's an attractive trait.
So let's say if you were like vanilla dating, right?
Yeah.
At what stage would you want the person to tell
Yeah.
you their stuff?
I think it's very unfair if you don't tell me right away. Besides the whole you're disrespecting me thing, it's non-consensual because I'm giving you my emotions, and 6 months down the road, I discover that you're something not authentic. Besides the fact I'm not talking whether I like your diapers or not. I'm talking about you lied to me about who you are as an individual. How can I trust that?
Yep. I agree with her.
How can I
100%.
How can I believe anything that you're telling me in
Yeah.
the future is accurate? I don't want to be with a person like that.
Yeah.
So I don't even want to address the idea of your kink is not mine. I want to address you're not authentic.
Right. Like, why did you not trust me
What?
to tell me
Yeah.
that? And
Yeah.
I think it is disrespectful because you're right.
It is.
You're not giving your full self to the other person.
Yeah. What else are you hiding?
So
Yeah.
What else are you
I
hiding?
did think about
Yeah.
something.
And you could tell me I'm not hiding anything. Like, really? You just told me something you're hiding.
Yeah, like something that's really vague.
I did actually think about something I have done, and it's actually pretty big, is take a sheet of paper and say your interests, all your interests, any interests you have, sexual, non-sexual, kink, whatever interests, and then I'll put my interests down, and then we trade.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I actually did that with a couple people. And,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind
I
of like
love
my
that.
list. That's kind of like
Yeah.
my
Yep.
limit list.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what you don't want. I want to know what you do want. But,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then what is on there? Is there enough of that I would be able to provide
No
as
cauliflower.
well as enjoy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. And so you did this, and you're a kinky person, but you could do this with vanilla people
You
as
can.
you're
Right.
dating
Yep.
in
Right.
the dating process
Mhm.
when you're getting to know
Right.
each other. Write down all your interests. There could be a section for kink and
Yeah.
sex, and then travel. What are other places you want to
Right.
travel to?
Right, the arts, you know.
Foods, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's all kinds of
Bands,
things.
Music, just so much stuff. I think that's super fun for dating.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be. That's an awesome idea
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
vanillas.
Yep.
Yeah. You could do that like on Tinder. Hey, we're really hitting it off. Let me just I have this idea. After the first date, just be like, I have this idea.
Yes.
It's like a game.
Yeah.
You know,
But-
and just, you know, let's see if we should take this to the, you know,
But
continue this.
you have to be authentic on it
Yes.
too. But at that same
100%.
time, you find
And
out
that-
if they're not authentic.
And that's
Yeah.
a good way to for them to know you like diapers without
Yeah.
saying the words out loud.
Yeah, because I'm sure some people
That's
can't even say
easier.
the word diaper because they're so
Yeah.
ashamed of it.
Right. But that way you're not saying it out loud to them, to
Yeah.
their face. You're
Yeah.
giving them the list and they're reading it and they could be like, you know.
Right, and ask questions, and then
Uh-huh.
it just opens up for
Yeah.
discussion.
Yeah.
But these are like very hypothetical, perfect world things. A lot of people don't even have that type of self-acceptance yet to say stuff. Like you're very advanced with self-acceptance, so I feel like you have a lot of advice. Like how did you come out to vanilla, or you know, I use vanilla in a quote because
right,
no one's
yep.
really vanilla. Everyone's
Right.
got something.
Yeah, I'm just me. I literally say, hey, you know, I have or I don't say I have infantilism. I did for a little bit
I have
there.
infantilism. It struck me
You
when
know,
I was
it's
2.5.
funny. No, it's funny because like when you're younger, right?
yeah.
You see like these infantilism things. You see that stuff, right? But when you grow, like and you grow up a little bit. Let's be honest, a little bit. You start to have a different route you kind of go because you're not like, hey, I have infantilism, and you know it's a thing. And it means I'm a baby trapped
and I
inside
say,
of an
no, you
adult's
don't.
body
You
and
just
like
wanna
all that
be.
stuff. That was me probably about 10, 15 years ago, to be honest,
Yeah.
because that's how I announced it. But now it's more like, hey, you know, have you heard about an adult baby before? Yeah, I'm pretty upfront with it. My confidence level is probably out of this world. If you
You enjoy the reaction that
I do like
people
reactions.
give you.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I do like reactions.
Me
You know,
too. I like that.
I do. That's probably why I like humiliation. I'm just like, yeah, it's all about how to freak up their minds.
Yeah. I like doing that too.
But
Look at the camera more.
oh.
Because you're engaging with them.
I know, but we're.
I know. I
All
know
right,
it's
put your
weird.
glasses back
I
on.
can't see.
Brett, I just told you, put your glasses
No, I'm
back
fine.
on. Okay.
Oh,
I'm good. So yeah, I keep looking over here. Where was I even?
Infantilism.
Oh no. So the confidence level. If you've met me at all, my confidence level for self acceptance is through the roof. I accept myself for who I am. This is me. And if you can get there, that helps you out quite a bit on the caregiver part because you have accepted yourself, and now you can share all the stuff you love.
So what about the people who are afraid that I'm dating you and I tell you I wear diapers and you're going to tell everybody? You're going to tell everybody that I wear diapers. What is that going to do to my reputation, right?
I think it sucks if you're dating someone and you reveal something that personal that you can't trust the other person. That's kind of messed up.
That's true.
Right?
But it's the truth.
But it's
Yeah.
the truth, and a lot of people feel that. So I guess you probably have to go you know, based on how well that person knows your life. So if you're in the beginning of the relationship and you like the first or second date and you tell them, you know, this I guess would be based off of it's someone you don't know, like you met off of Tinder. They don't know your life. They don't know other people. Then you would be engaging in this ABDL play, hopefully a month or 2 or 3 before they even meet other people. And by that time, I think you'll know how much you can trust. Don't you? By 2 or 3 months, how much you can. So I don't think maybe people shouldn't be so afraid that it'll get out. They don't know who you are or where you're from. You have to realize that they really don't know where you're from. You know, unless
you're in a small town, which a lot of people are.
Or like, you know, you put your name on Facebook and they can look you up or you know, that searchable part because they know what your name is. But I think I would be okay if someone told me, like, by the way, my name really isn't Steve, it's Jim. I think that lie I would be okay with, because if you follow that up with, I have to really be careful about who I meet because of my private life. I don't want people to know my name. This is my scene name, okay? So you can have a fat kink name and a scene name and a real name. I know a lot of people in the scene, their names are not who they are.
Oh, of course.
So you know, people don't know that exists. So they don't have to know your whole name. So you can trust them out the gate.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, that's an acceptable. It's not even a lie. I mean, it is, but that's a scene name, so it's different.
But if you explain that, I think that piece is important. And you know, versus, hey, by the way, I wear diapers. After 3 months, I'm okay with the name, but I wouldn't be okay with you telling me your secret like that.
Okay, so at what point should they tell you their secret for you personally?
No, I think they should tell me their secret probably like the second date. If they want a second date, that means they are engaging, and I am engaged with you. I think we might hit it off, and you can feel during that first date how I would be with that. I think if I'm stringent or if I'm more lax, that I would accept it. Otherwise, don't ask them for the second date if you don't think that
that's a really good
that they're going to be acceptable. You know.
Yeah, I would want it right away as well.
But again, if there's a person who's very about being careful with their identity and not wanting it to be spread, I would say the 3-month thing, and then doing that
with their
paper
name
or something with their name and
with
everything.
their name. Yeah, but not with the idea of I wear diapers.
Oh, you would say even for the people who...
Yep. Okay. Tell me you wear diapers. That's not an acceptable lie, a secret like that. I don't think it's a... Why am I emotionally engaging with you for 3 months and then you say, hey, by the way?
Yeah, see for me,
no.
it's like right away, but I don't have the, you know, I don't care if it's like everyone knows, because everyone knows.
Right, I know
but
that.
But that's what I'm saying. So you would say that a person who...
On the second date,
you would say on the second date.
you know what? I have a kink, and you know, I would before we take this any further, I really like you, you know, but I have this kink, and it's a little unusual, and not everyone's into it, and it's okay if you're not into it. You know, you don't have to like it. You don't have to do this for me, but you just have to be accepting this is who I am. And I would appreciate that you're telling me something secret. You're personally, I would appreciate. You're telling me something that's pretty secret. You must like me.
And we're all open-minded people here. So I think the real advice is try and date and find people who are open-minded and who love learning.
Flexible. and you need to be flexible too. That goes to tunnel vision.
Yeah, because they might have their own kinks.
Exactly. Right?
Mhm.
So, and on Tinder, put it in your profile.
Yes, I agree.
Put it in
Put
there.
it in there.
You know,
I know
put it
people
on the
that
date
match.
sites. Just put it in there because you know what? Then you're not wasting your time.
No.
You're not wasting your money. You know, you're not going on that first date and then go home for a week. Think about that person. Oh my God, I hope they do that. You're just adding to your anxiety
Yes.
of acceptance.
Yeah.
And then you're hurt when you're not accepted. Don't go through that.
Mm-hmm.
Do not put yourself through that.
Do you think the best place to meet people is just through regular dating, through just meeting people?
Well,
just
if you're going to
dating.
change vanillas,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
normal.
Because there's not enough caregivers, as we know, in the scene.
No, there's
Period.
Really?
I would say, yeah, just be yourself, and there's no such thing as vanilla. That's all I can say.
No, everybody's got something.
Like, everyone has something, and if
Yeah.
you can fulfill that something for, let's say they like spankings and you like being an adult baby, well, guess what? Those two go hand in hand quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You know, and that goes to tunnel vision. You can't have tunnel vision. You have to. I think that's one of the biggest problems with littles.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
You have to open it up,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to give and take, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to see that there are other possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your fantasy is never going to become a reality because it's in your head.
Mm-hmm.
So for a fact, it'll never be. But you're gonna find things that are close to that, but you have to open that up and see. You know, like that person likes spanking, or oh my God, that person is a corporal punisher. That is a little. That like really puzzle fits well. You know, so you're gonna find people that'll do part of what you want.
Yeah.
But you also have to say, what can I give them?
Exactly.
Maybe
In the
push your-
relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe push your own limits like I
Yeah.
did. I had
Mhm.
to push my limits. He pushed a little limit. So we had to do give and take to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be willing to do that. If you're not flexible, why should they be flexible?
Mm-hmm. And also, a limit is, for me, it was just more like something I haven't experienced yet, and I'm pretty sure I didn't like it, but when I experienced it or was exposed to it, I changed my mind.
Right.
that's true.
That's
Yeah,
why I like
because
firsts.
I learned.
Firsts are very important to make sure they're awesome.
I will not eat a bug.
Yes. Don't say something you can't promise.
Okay, Brett, you've probably already eaten a lot of bugs in your lifetime because they
That's
go
what I
in your
say.
mouth when
Oh.
you're sleeping.
As a little kid, your little boys, they're always in the dirt and
Yeah.
eating things. They don't know.
Yeah,
they don't
like
know
an
nothing.
average person eats like 2 spiders a year or something like that.
It's like it's gonna be deja vu. Don't worry.
It'll just click once I eat the bug. Okay, got it.
Oh, I kind of noticed another thing. Like, a lot of caregivers in the scene already have jobs that may be similar and have the traits of what you're looking for.
Oh,
Like
that's a
nurses.
really good. That's
Yeah.
awesome point.
Yeah, like they're already a caregiver, like a nurse or
Nurses.
something like
Yes.
that.
Preschool.
Yes.
Yes.
Teachers.
Teachers.
Yes,
Yeah.
they have
I-
rules. They have.
Yeah, I worked in a hospital for a while as an administrator, so I was very strict because I had union employees, so I had to be very, very strict with people and rules. But then now I work with disabled children. Well, they're not children; they're very young adults, but they're intellectually disabled. It's like playing with littles all day long in my job.
Yeah,
I
that's
say that all the
awesome.
time. So, because you're setting rules, you're teaching,
Yeah,
you know, so
yeah,
changing diapers.
yeah,
I have to for my job, so
yeah. So
Yep.
maybe look for someone in those
Someone in-
types of professions that have
right,
that
those
type of-
careers.
Yeah.
Yeah, get on LinkedIn.
Just don't use like a pickup line of like, oh, you're a CNA? Perfect.
But like, one day at CapCon, I wore my nurse outfit. I'm not a nurse, by the way, and a lot of people like that. A lot of people thought it was hot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Teachers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Police women.
Yeah, women in charge,
Yeah.
in roles of authority.
Yeah, because I don't believe that saying, you know, if I'm a boss all day long, I need to get released, so that's why I'm a sub. I don't believe that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in charge my whole life.
Mhm.
You know, and when I started hearing that saying, I started thinking about it, and I'm like, gosh, I can go as far back as first grade memories.
Wow.
That I know I was going to be dumb, or
Yeah.
I just have an aggressive personality.
Exactly.
So look, aggressive personalities.
Oh, that's good.
That's
yes.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very aggressive.
Yeah, don't look for that sub. You know, shy people even can have an aggressive personality. You know, shy women.
Yeah.
Like, they just don't know you, but once they know you,
Mm-hmm.
they might be a little more aggressive. So, yeah, don't think shy people are not a good pick for that.
Mm-hmm. Very, very good advice.
Yeah. Or you college students, maybe some of the career choices, their degrees they're working towards,
Mm-hmm.
you know, psychology. I
Mhm.
love psychology.
Yeah.
Behavior modification plays into that.
Yeah.
So
Sociology.
Yeah.
sociology. Mm-hmm. So that might be an idea. I don't know that it's a sure thing, but it's another idea.
Okay, we're going on an hour now.
Oh,
so we're gonna wrap
what?
it up.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
my
been an
goodness.
hour.
Wow.
This is a huge subject.
It is.
But a lot of people want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get it all the time.
Yeah.
But this is important. Don't be needy.
Mhm.
Try your hardest not to be so needy. It
Mhm.
shows through,
Mm-hmm.
Right
Yeah.
away.
And it's a turn off.
and it's a big turn on. Don't use labels.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We were talking about that. Don't use labels.
Yes.
Nobody likes labels when we don't know you.
Yes, don't call us mommy. Don't be like, hi, mommy.
Yeah.
I need this.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Or in your email, we were saying, ask, do you have a preference
Yeah.
of what you would, how you want me to address you?
Yeah.
Respect. That's all I want. Say
That's all
ma'am, say miss, call me by my name.
Yeah.
But don't use a label. You don't even know if I deserve that label.
Mm-hmm.
I could be a fake.
Mm-hmm. Don't give that label to anybody.
Give it to someone you care about.
Yeah.
Who you want.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I mean, there was amazing advice in this from 3 people who are lifestyle. So go forth.
And good luck.
Good luck. But remember, it's
May
not
the
luck at all.
force be with you.